it is me, Bernice, the M.E Goddess, coming to you from my casa de boudoir. Today I would like to talk about suicide. I don't actually like using the word suicide because while technically it is suicide, I think assisted dying is probably more what I want to talk about. In New Zealand, we do not have any assisted dying laws or euthanasia. And a couple of weeks ago, two of my online friends overseas ended their lives. They had reached a point where their ME had become intolerable. They were in such a great deal of pain, and they also were not in a country that had assisted dying laws, and so they were left to have to take their own lives. So I want to talk about this. It's a suicide in any way, shape or form is a very difficult, controversial and a very personal thing to talk about. Where do I start? I think it's really sad that people who are so sick, no matter what your disease is, if you know that you're never ever going to get any better and you're only ever going to get worse, and the person that is you will no longer exist, or worse, you will be trapped in a body, feeling everything, hearing everything, and yet not being able to express that in any way. And that is something that, faces a lot of people with a lot of different diseases and conditions. I'm talking specifically about ME. I just think it's really sad that people who are already so sick and have already gone through so much we can't go and talk to our doctors. We can't go and talk to support groups or forums, or we even can't really talk to our friends and family about it, because should the situation come that life had become so intolerable that one wanted to take one's own life and end the existence, on this earth, we can't talk to our friends and family because that makes them complicit, and that can then carry criminal charges and things like that. And of course I'm sad that people reach a point in their lives that their lives have become so intolerable that they feel they must leave. But first of all, illness, and in our case medical prejudice, has pushed us into such a state of isolation that our end of life decisions have to be undertaken in isolation. And I just find that appalling and sad and tragic. On another video, I'm going to talk about something called the Hummingbird scale, and it will make more sense if you watch that video. But the Hummingbird scale basically offers for ME patients an idea of where they sit within their percentage of functionality, cognitive ability, emotional state, etc., etc. Now, I knew, and my husband, my whole family, they know that I'm sick. That's a given. When we did our numbers, if 100% is completely normal, how you were able to function in a normal day before you got ME, my percentage came back at 4% based on what I am physically capable of doing and mentally, emotionally, etc. And we also looked at what 3% means, what 2% means, what 1% means. So from being 100% active in my own way, in my own life, I'm now down to 4%. And it's just going down. It's not going up. I'm going to talk about something that's really, really private and really personal. But I have an exit strategy. I've had to come up with that strategy, work out how to undertake that strategy, and everything around that. And I've had to prepare it in such a way that if I am physically not able to do it something this way, then I have to be able to do something that way. My family, all I can tell them is that I have an exit strategy, and no, I'm not at my exit point. I'm not that. Everybody has a line in the sand. If you don't believe in suicide, or if you don't believe in end of life support other than palliative care, I respect that. I really do. And I don't want to put my what I think. I'm not trying to push that onto you at all, so please don't take this video in that way at all. This is purely my opinion that I am expressing. And for me, I have an exit strategy, and I have a line in the sand. And my family, no, I have an exit strategy. I have not I have not shared anything with them about how, when, why, any of that, because my last gift as a wife and a mother and a friend is to protect those I love from any implications involved with and I have to call it suicide. I can't call it, anything other than suicide. And so I've had to do some mental gymnastics around that. Please rest assured, my family know, my children and my husband know I'm doing this video. I am not in any danger of suicide. I don't want anyone to worry about that. But I do want to have the conversation, and I want to have the conversation, and I want to reach out, and I want to say to other people who might be in whatever your percentage is on the scale, that might not matter, but it might in some way help explain to other people where you are, how you feel, what you are capable and not capable of doing, and what your quality of life is. I think it's very easy for sick people to have their lives taken over by the people around them, because they're the people that are usually caring for them. How wonderful, how amazing would it be if we could go to our doctors and we could say, I've got this point, I've got this line in the sand, and I want to talk about how I get to leave, how I get to end my life, because of this disease, and the part of the disease is that I don't want to experience that I know me and my family and my loved ones, we don't want to reach that point. I don't ever want to be hospitalized, and that I'm not going to talk about that. So I'm bringing up the conversation because it's awkward and it's uncomfortable and it's real and it's valid. And I'm just finding it really, really sad that my friends overseas they've been in such isolation with this disease. They've been so medically prejudiced, and one of them had amazing, loving family support, and one of them was very alone with it all. But they both had to implement their own suicide and their own exit strategy in complete silence. And I will have to do that too. One day. Not yet. And I just wanted to talk about it, and I wanted to bring that out. And once again, this is only my own opinion. I would like to see discussions happening about assisted dying. I would like to see people being able to talk about it and decide if it's right for them. Trying to work out if suicide is right for you. How big is that? And we can't talk to anybody about it. How big is that? And I'm feeling secure enough in my own decisions, and secure enough in my own line in the sand, and secure enough in the love of my husband and my children, my friends, that that I can talk about this. But here I am, I'm sitting here talking to a little blue light on my laptop because I can't talk to anybody else about it. I can't have that conversation with anyone. And neither can nearly everybody else I know. There's very few people that live in countries that have assisted dying laws. So, New Zealand government, if you see this, that'd be amazing, that'd be awesome. But I would like the right to choose when I let this disease have its last gasp. I would like the right to choose to die with my family around me. I would like the right to choose whether I go through ahead with it or not. I would like the right to choose to have a peaceful death. And you know, it could be months, years, 10 years away. We don't know, but I would still like the right to choose. I would like the right to choose to have my family and friends around me without them being implicated in a serious crime. So, I hope in some way that this video encourages discussion. I hope that no one takes offence to it, because my beliefs or my thoughts are in no way intended to impact or alter anybody else's beliefs or thoughts. I respect yours, and I appreciate people respecting mine. But that's the crux of it, you know. I think we've been through enough, and we don't deserve to have to take our lives in secret and alone. So that's pretty much that. Now, in the bottom of this, in the description of this video, I'm going to put a link to the Hummingbird scale, just so you guys can understand what I was talking about when I said 4%. Everyone is different. Everyone has, I can't say this enough, everyone has a different level, a different line in the sand, a different belief, whether it's right or whether it's wrong. Everyone everyone with this disease, with any disease, has the right to approach it in their own way. And what my 4% might be is personal to me. That doesn't mean anything to anybody else. You know, somebody else might be at 70%, but find their life so impacted that it has become intolerable for them. So I guess I just wanted to make that really clear, that this is not about who has the highest or the lowest percentage. This is very much about an opportunity to express to ourselves and to other people where we are within our lives, and that's an easy way to do it with the Hummingbird scale. So thank you for watching. I know sometimes it takes me a really long time to get to the point, and that's because I'm not working off a script. I'm working off whatever I'm feeling at the time, and I'm very grateful for anyone who watches this. This is my personal documentation of my own journey with ME. It's for my family, my friends, whoever wants to see it. It's also a documentation of the deterioration of my body and my cognitive abilities. So obviously today I'm on a good cognitive day because I've waffled on and on and on for 14.5 minutes. Ha! So I will go and leave you with my gratitude and my thanks for anyone who follows these videos. And I hope that you, if this affects you, that you are able to find a safe way to have this conversation. Yeah. Anyway, lots of love to all our ME warriors, fibro warriors, CFS, anybody out there whose life is a bit medically shit right now. Gentle hugs to all. Bye bye.